to Women Winning with Money. You're welcome to another episode of Women Winning with Money. And today we'll be talking about something very important on our path to financial success. A very important vehicle called investment. What is investment? Investment means putting your money into an asset, a project, or a venture with expectation of return on your investment. You don't want to put your money somewhere and it's not giving you anything. So we call it investment because it is like a seed that is expected to germinate and give birth to other children. Without investment, you can't go far. You can't save your way into financial freedom. However, savings is very important because it is the money you save over time that you can invest. Why do we invest? We invest so that we can build a great future. We invest so that we can take advantage of compounding interest because normally investment should take minimum like 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 10 years. And when you invest and you generate interest, you add it back to the money, you start compounding the interest. And that has been said as the seventh wonder of the world. Dr. Tammy will be talking about compounding interest when it gets to our turn. It's very important we learn how to invest. Another reason why we should invest is for generational wealth. I know a family, both of them are doing well. They have just a basic job, but they live well. How? Because their parents have invested long time ago and now they are eating the fruit of the labor of their parents. Yes, you should enjoy your money, but at the same time, those children will pray for you if you invest for them. Another reason why you should invest is for the purpose of passive income. You don't have to work all the time. You should send your money to work for you because there is limit to how much you can work. There is limit to how much time you have. But when your money is working for you, you are earning more. So learn to invest today. And there are different types of investment. When you want to invest, make sure that the principal is safe. Very important. There are types of investment you have to avoid, and there are some that are very good. Depending on your risk appetite, that will determine the type of investment you will go into and what age you are. If you are still very young, you can decide that, okay, I want to do high risk investments. But when you are getting older, you know that the security of your principal is very important. And one thing is, when you are investing, always check the interest. When the interest is too high to be true, please, is not true. Don't, because you want so much interest, you are going to lose your money. Don't be penny wise and pants foolish. J. Caston, will you tell us more about investment?
Okay. Actually, I think it's important for us all to note at this point that all these discussions we have around money is centered around what you want from life. So, why are you doing what you're doing? What is your purpose for living? Why are you saving money, investing money? You must have goals. You must have something you expect from life. Now, the purpose of your investing and how you will do it is tied directly to your expectations of life. Like Funke already highlighted, when you are just starting off, you can afford to invest in high risk investments. High risk investments are the investments that have high rate of returns. You know, the higher the returns, the higher the risk. Aside from this, when, like she said, when it is too good to be true, it's most likely too good to be true. But then, if you are sure that you can secure your principal, you might want to dabble into high risk investments when you are young because you are just starting. You can still generate that income, reinvest it if anything goes wrong. And that is because your plan is for a long-term plan to build wealth, not just for yourself, but for your future. However, when you get into your 30s, you get married, you have responsibilities around the home, then the amount you'll be able to even plow into investments will not be as much. Of course, when you're in your 20s and you're younger and it's just you, you're probably still living with your parents, you're not paying rent, you can afford to invest as high as 80% of your income all the time. And you can put it in high risk investments, knowing fully well that you can easily recover from a setback. However, when you're responsible for other people, you're already into your 30s or getting into your 40s. A lot of people are now depending on you. And when you're planning investments, you're not just planning for now, you're planning for their future. Of course, as children grow old, the amount you spend on them also increases. And like Funke already highlighted, you are not ever going to have more than 24 hours. So investment is your way to securing your future. Because if you want to continue to exchange your time for money, you are limited in the amount of time you have. So what you need to do is have a plan that makes sure that your money is working for you. And if you do this planning very well, which Women Winning with Money, we can help you do, you will ensure that the money that you invest is paying you enough to finance your lifestyle, to finance your projects. And so you'll be living on the returns on your investments. However, the amount of money that you have that is disposable when you're in your 40s and 50s, it reduces because you are immediately funding the life of several other people who happen to be your dependents at that time. Now, progressing, you have done 20 years of work, 30 years of work, you're approaching retirement, you're not even as strong as you used to be. Some of us can walk around the clock now, sleep for just 4 hours, and keep going. By the time you're in your 60s, approaching 70s, you are going to be sleeping more and working less. When you're sleeping more and working less, the safety of your funds becomes extremely crucial to you. That is not the time to get into risky investments. That is the time to begin to focus on safe, extremely safe, low risk type of investments. And when we say extremely safe, low risk, we're talking government bonds. We're talking insured investments like exchange traded funds that you are sure that there's insurance and reinsurance. They're insured by the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation. Things that you are sure that no matter what happens, you get your money back and you get it intact. Because you don't want to have to depend on other people in your old age. So when you begin to grow older, you minimize the risk on your investments. And of course, at every stage, because of what you are looking for, you diversify your investment portfolio. Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket, because if that basket goes up in flames, your future literally goes up in flames. And of course, with this analysis I've done of how you spread your investments across your age bracket, you ordinarily know that you can have fewer baskets when you're younger to get high returns from the money you have. But when you begin to get old, you spread, but you consolidate. You make sure that no matter what basket you are looking at, that basket is a safe basket that has fire extinguisher attached. And no matter the kind of fire that is coming, there's a way to easily put it out. So, in your old age, even in retirement, make sure that whatever it is you're investing in is something that is safe and secure. It might be low returns, but yes, you are sure your money is always safe. Now, retirement planning is a totally different thing. I always tell people, when you are doing your personal investment plan, something we here at Women Winning with Money can help you develop, you must make sure that you know what your living expenses are and you are able to set aside enough money such that what you are living on is not your money, but the returns from your money. Of course, it means you know how much you need to spend. It also means you know how much you need to invest and what type of returns it needs to give you, such that your returns on investments will be exactly or even slightly higher than your living expenses. It sounds technical right now. Yeah, that's why sometimes you need experts and sometimes you need accountability partners to help you make sure that you're investing the right amount per time, per stage of life. Don't worry, it can be simplified for you when you work with the right people. Do you know that if you save and invest 360 naira per day for a period of 43 years, you will be able to have 360 million at the end of the period? Okay, let's say that you think 43 years is long. Years of service in government is 35 years, Abby. If you save 360 naira per day and you're able to invest it at 20% per annum, you would actually get to 360 million in 35 years, not 43. So just in case you're thinking that this investment thing, how does it work? It's actually a good way to secure your future. I would let Tammy tell you about the magic of compound interest, which is how you can save 360 naira per day and end up with 360 million in 35 years. Don't worry, 360 naira per day is small money because it's less than 12,000 naira per month. Tammy, Go ahead and tell them about the magic of compound interest.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you're already thinking of, you're already thinking to start your investment, or even if you are already investing, there's something important you need to know, and that is the magic of compound interest. Compound interest is when, simply put, when your money gives birth to more money and more money, like Jacob said. Now, there's a saying that a wise man leaves inheritance for
And
his
his
children's children.
children.
So a wise woman too should leave inheritance for our children's children. And that's why you need to invest. Now, the magic of compound interest says that your money, when you invest, for example, let's use dollars because everybody is familiar with dollars. Everybody loves to earn in dollars, right? So if you invest $1,000 for 5% for a year, at the end of that year, you get $1,050. And then if you continue the investment, that is if you don't add to your capital, by the next the year, the 1,050 would have increased because the 50 on it and the 1,000 that is the principal will give birth to more children. That is to simplify it. So it means that if you are investing for a long term and you are not touching the investment, because some people will invest, after a year, they will go back and touch the investment or take the interest on the return on the investment, and they will spend it and leave the capital. If you leave your capital and your returns on your investment to grow, that magic of compound interest will work for you. And so by the end of the fifth year, you're already earning. And when it got to you to get to a point where your principal and your interest will be double. Now, if you are investing, you are thinking of long term. And that is why it is important to invest and leave it to grow, to make the magic of compound interest work for you. It is said that the magic of compound interest is one of the seven wonders of the world, and it can work for you. Two things you need to take note is three rather: your principal, the interest rate, and then the time. These three things are very important when it comes to investing and allowing the magic of compound interest work for you. So, we have high risk, we have low risk and all of that. Whatever you're investing in, make sure that you are investing for a long term. Make sure that the interest rate is okay, not too good to be true. Think about it. People will promise you 25% per month on investment. If you are a business owner, just do the math. Is it possible for you to, make 25% such that you can pay interest on investment for 25% and you still make your profit and you'll be able to pay your investors? I don't think so. Just tell me if you know any business that will deal that much. So, if an investment is too good to be true, it is actually, is not worth it. It's likely to be a Ponzi scheme. So, now, remember, your time, the interest rate, and your principal matters when it comes to magic of compound interest. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand over to Dr. Lola to
Thank you very much. A lot has
take it
been
on.
said about investment. Of course, to multiply your money, to grow it, you need to invest it. And we've heard a lot about investment. I'm going to be talking about common mistakes, that investors or people that want to invest, can encounter or should watch out for. You see, everybody wants to make money, but you have to be careful so that the money that you want to make, you don't eventually lose it. The first mistake I'm going to talk about is lack of financial goals. If you remember when Jay Cax was talking, she mentioned the fact that you look at your age, you look at what you want to achieve. It is very important for you to have financial goals. If you don't have financial goals, you will not be able to make the right decision for your investment. Yes, we've talked about it that women winning with money, we can help you, to develop your personal investment plan. However, you need to have financial goals. If you don't have, there's no way we can actually walk you through having that investment plan. So the first mistake to avoid is, lack of financial goals. The other one I would say is lack of insufficient research. Anything you want to invest in, it is very, very important that you have an idea or know a little about it. And I would join that with seeking professional advice. A lot of people will just say, yes, I want to do this, I want to do that, not seeking professional advice. I want to encourage you that those are mistakes you need to avoid. You need enough research for whatever you want to invest in. You need to know about it. Where your treasure is, your heart should be there. So you need to know about it. And of course, you need to seek professional advice. And that is why we Women Winning with Money, we are here to help you at least avoid that mistake if you have to make it. So we are there to help you to avoid it. Another mistake that people made, I know JCAX mentioned it, is not diversifying your investment portfolio, putting all your eggs in one basket. It is a mistake that you need to avoid. We are here to help you. We, giving you different investment options, investment vehicles that you can use to multiply your money. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And of course, when you are diversifying as well, there are so many things to look at. You may not just say, oh, I'm going to put so much in shares, I'm going to put so much in this. There's also things to consider when you are doing that. Another thing I want to talk about, which is a mistake that people should avoid, is following the crowd. Somebody did this, I think it's working for the person. Please, as much as possible, don't just follow the crowd. You need to be able to know exactly what you want to invest in. One of the things that you should consider in investments is your risk appetite. Who are you? How do you judge things? So don't just follow the crowd, don't just follow the bandwagon. You need to be able to make decisions yourself based on knowledge and expertise. And also, you see a lot of people, they make um, decisions based on emotions. Is a mistake that should be avoided in investment. Don't make any investment decision based on emotions. I think, oh, because it's my friend that is there, or because it's my friend that is advising me to put my money in this place. No, don't make any investment decision based on emotions. You need to avoid that. And also, I'm going to talk about greed. It's a mistake. I don't know how to put it, but I think it's something that should be avoided. I know that when Temi was talking, she talked about too good to be true, the Ponzi schemes. Yes, someone said some time ago that it's possible that most people that fall into this are people that are greedy. I want to say that we need to be careful. Greed has a way of making you want to just get so much to the extent that you don't even see that you are going to lose so much or everything. So please, it's a mistake that we need to avoid. And also, we should have that long-term perspective of investments. Don't be the type that, oh, I just want to eat it up all now. You make the interest and just want to eat it up, all now. It's very important that we should avoid all of these mistakes. And we at Women Winning with Money, we are here to help you. If you want to invest, whatever it is that you want to invest in, please reach out to us. We're going to look at your particular scenario and situation and recommend an investment template for you to grow your money. And follow us on all our social media handles. We're there always to answer your questions, to reach out to you and help you, because we want you to have a wonderful financial life, financial freedom, financial security, and we are here to help you. So reach out to us for Women Winning with Money, and you're sure to help you with your personal investment plan so that you can grow your money, multiply it, and live comfortably. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.